The rain poured relentlessly, drenching the desolate streets of the city. The dark clouds mirrored the heaviness in Samuel's heart as he stood alone at the edge of a bustling intersection, staring blankly into the distance. Drops of water mingled with the tears that streamed down his weathered face, as memories of a life gone awry flooded his mind. 40 years had passed since that fateful day when fate had dealt Samuel an unforgiving blow. He had once been a man of promise, with dreams as boundless as the open sky. But circumstances had conspired against him, dragging him into a vortex of despair from which he could never escape. The crowded city streets were filled with people going about their lives, but Samuel felt invisible, like a shadow cast aside. The world had moved on, and he had become a mere spectator, watching from the sidelines as others found their purpose, their happiness. Suddenly, a voice broke through his melancholy reverie. "Excuse me, sir," a young woman said, her voice tinged with compassion. "Are you all right? You seem lost." Samuel turned to face her, his eyes reflecting years of sorrow. "Lost? Yes, that's precisely what I am," he replied, his voice heavy with pain. "Lost in a life that has been filled with regrets and missed opportunities." The young woman, her eyes brimming with empathy, gently touched Samuel's arm. "It's never too late, you know. Change is possible, even after all these years. It may not be easy, but it's never impossible." Her words struck a chord within Samuel, awakening a glimmer of hope that had long been dormant. "Tell me," he asked, his voice trembling, "how can one change when the world has already given up on them?" With a smile, the young woman extended her hand. "Come with me. Let me show you a place where dreams are reborn and where even the most broken souls find solace." Curiosity ignited within Samuel's heart as he hesitantly reached out and clasped the young woman's hand. With an air of mystery and anticipation, they took on a journey that would forever alter the course of his life. As they walked through the city, Samuel couldn't help but notice the stark contrast between the bustling streets they had left behind, and the quiet serenity that enveloped the area they were now entering. The dilapidated buildings and crumbling walls spoke of neglect and abandonment, yet there was an undeniable air of possibility in the air. They arrived at a nondescript building, its facade weathered by time. The young woman pushed open the creaking door, revealing a dimly lit interior. The sound of laughter and music drifted through the air, drawing Samuel further inside. As he stepped into the room, he was met with a sight that defied his expectations. The space was filled with people of all ages and backgrounds, engaged in lively conversations and immersed in various creative pursuits. Paintings adorned the walls, each one telling a story of resilience and rebirth. The scent of fresh coffee mingled with the sounds of pens scratching against paper, as if the very essence of change and transformation hung in the air. "This," the young woman said, her voice filled with pride, "is the haven for lost souls. A place where anyone can find their voice, their purpose, and rewrite their own story." Overwhelmed by the energy of the room, Samuel found himself drawn towards a group of musicians, their instruments creating a symphony of hope. With a newfound confidence, he approached them and shared his own story, his voice infused with the passion that had lain dormant for far too long. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and Samuel found solace in this newfound community. He honed his artistic talents, creating paintings that spoke to the depths of his soul. The support and encouragement he received from his fellow artists pushed him to new heights, and his work began to garner recognition. Word of Samuel's talent spread like wildfire, reaching even the ears of influential figures in the art world. Doors that had once been firmly shut began to swing open, offering him opportunities he had long believed were lost forever. One evening, as the sun set over the city, Samuel stood before a prestigious gallery, his artwork showcased for all to see. The room buzzed with anticipation, and as the doors opened, a wave of applause washed over him. His eyes welled up with tears as he realized that his journey from despair to redemption had reached its pinnacle. In that moment, Samuel knew that change was not bound by time or circumstance. It was a choice, an unwavering belief that even after 40, 50, 60, or 70 years, life could be transformed for the better. And as he looked out at the sea of faces, he knew that his story, once filled with sadness and regret, had become an inspiring testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. If you enjoyed this short story, then visit storyseeker.com for more amazing stories of different genres for kids and adults. Follow and subscribe to The Story Seeker to get notified with daily new stories. Thank you.